Hola, from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. So tonight I did not do my intro, and there's a very good reason why I did not play my intro. Most of my supporters know that I have been grinding out my hours to get monetized. And I guess I got haters because some channel or some artist, musician in some other country is trying to copyright claim my personal music. And they're not copyright claiming the entire song. They're like saying like 6 seconds or 10 seconds. And they're doing it on like about 10 to 15 of my live streams that I've found so far. So what your girl DC is in the middle of doing right now is muting the song in every single one of those videos, but that takes time. And you can't do them all at one time because YouTube Studio won't let you do them. I can do like 3 or 4 of them at a time. So that's what I'm doing right now. While I'm on here live streaming with y'all, I am in the background in my YouTube Studio muting 3-4 seconds in most of these videos the song. It's not this one. It's my normal song, Reflective by Musical Genius. So now what these artists know is that most of us small YouTubers, we ain't got time to be disputing these copyright claims on 10 seconds of music, 5 seconds of music, 3 seconds of music in our videos. So they know in most cases, people will just say, okay, my video doesn't have to be monetized. No hater, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go through every live stream you have done this to and mute the music. Because you're not going to get a dime off of my hard work. And in the meantime, I'm going to get with, excuse me, my goddaughter and get her evidence of copyright of the music that I'm using. So that when these haters come my way, again, you guys, I'll be ready for them. And I will dispute their butts. Because now I'm going to be looking around, who the hell is using my freaking music that I paid for my exclusive use because it was created exclusively for me. So anyway, I had to get that out. I had to get that one out first. So, haters can hate, trying to come after my intro, my music that plays throughout my freaking entire live stream. Yet you're going to say that 6 seconds of it is yours. Oh, I don't know who, JJ, you have to be careful. You put a lot of, I don't know what you put in my chat, but Nightbot is not going to let you do that. You need to speak in English because DC only speaks 2 languages, English and Espanol. Anything else, I don't understand it, and neither does Nightbot. FYI. So yeah, you're typing in another language, so you can't do that. You're spamming my chat, and I'm gonna hide it. If you don't speak English, I'm sorry, but my chat is an English only live stream. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, Nightbot will time you out if you start speaking another language. So just for you, all you other YouTubers out there who are grinding out your hours to get monetized, just beware. Even if you use your own background music, a hater in another country, when they see that you're getting close to your hours, are going to try to pick at you to see if they can. So I'm muting, like, on a few of my live streams, I'm just going to mute the music because I need my watch hours. So moving on, I did put out a vlog today. It was vlog 58 of the Chronicles, and it was a vlog in regards to the now free Matthew Russian. Matthew Russian is a 22-year-old African-American man who has autism, who was just recently released from prison with a conditional pardon in the state of Virginia. And he was serving a 10-year sentence. It breaks my heart that this situation happened. And I really urge people to, excuse me, to check out that vlog that went out earlier today. I have previously spoken about being Black and autistic and dealing with the law enforcement in the United States. And unfortunately, for people who have physical and mental, disabilities, it's even harder, and that's regardless of race. Unfortunate for Mr. Matthew Russian, he is in a southern state, and instead of police looking into what had happened and why his car was in an accident, they assumed that he stole his parents' car. The car was not stolen. They also lied and said that this man was trying to kill himself, and he was not. He had autism, and someone was yelling at him, asking him, was he trying to kill himself? And he had echolea and repeated what they said. The video you posted doesn't come under the category of a blog. What video? It comes under people and blogs. It comes under people and blogs. All of my stuff is under people and blogs, but I'll check it. It's a vlog. because that's what I'm doing. That's what I do on most of my uploads are me vlogging, basically, because I'm an autism mom and I tell about my life as a caregiver of an adult on the spectrum, and I also talk about autism in my vlogs. But when I'm on here at night doing the not so random chat, I talk about whatever. It doesn't really matter, because it's the nighttime. But I did want to give a rest in peace to Tiny Lister. For those of you who watched the Friday movies and the next Friday movies that Ice Cube put out back in the 90s, and I guess was that, the late 90s, Tiny Lister played the role of Debo in those movies. He also was in the movie The Fifth Element that Chris Rock was in, and he played like the president of the space organization or something like that. But he was in his 50s, and he was found unresponsive at his home here in California. It was kind of, sad that happened. There's some weird stuff going on, you guys. Some weird stuff going on in these YouTube streets. I'm in my chat, but this YouTuber is telling me that my videos aren't coming under vlogs. But my videos are posted under people and blogs. So let me just check. I'm pretty good about what I put my stuff up under. So let's see. This one is, I'll look at the settings. Yep, it's under people and blogs. That's where you'll find all of my blogs. If you search the category of people and blogs, that's the category I fall under. But I also fall under mom life, because I'm a mom vlogger. But I need people to really be safe. I don't know if you guys heard, but I believe it was today. It was either today or yesterday. Talk show host Ellen DeGeneres announced that she has tested positive for COVID, which means she is closing down production for the rest of the year, because now she has COVID. Now, I'm wondering if they were following all of the proper policies and everything on the set. How the heck did Ellen end up getting COVID? What are her and Portia doing out there in Santa Barbara that she's ended up with COVID? But, pray for a speedy recovery for her. I always liked Ellen, but she really lost some cool points with me and some nice points with me when all of that stuff came out about how the staff and how audience are treated on the Ellen DeGeneres show. And that really hurt my feelings, because my son really likes Ellen DeGeneres. And I have been thinking about, when they're able to have studio audiences back in there, of taking him to go see the Ellen DeGeneres show because he likes her. But if she's mean, to people off camera, I don't want that woman hurting my son's feelings. I'm serious. I mean, I've seen her be kind when there've been kids with autism on her show. But I don't know how she would react to an adult with autism. I don't know how she would react to that. But it's something that I thought about. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do it, Not sure if I'm going to do it. I'm also not sure, you guys, of what my Vlogmas tomorrow is going to be. Today I was blessed because my son was up early and I was able to whip up that video with him this morning. But I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to have to think of something. I have a spoken word that I have about there being no Christ in Christmas. So I may do that tomorrow. I have to find where I have it written down because I don't have it memorized. So I have to go find where it's written down. And if I do, then I will probably do a spoken word tomorrow. But for those of my friends who are part of Judaism, happy Hanukkah, because today is the first day of Hanukkah. I know I'm late in the day, but happy Hanukkah to all of my friends who practice Judaism. It's a historical, thing, and isn't it interesting how Hanukkah is right before, quote unquote, Christmas? You guys know where that came from, right? I'll talk about it. So back in the early days of the Christian church, the majority of the believers were actually Jews, people of, Hebrew descent. And when Europeans, in quotes, adopted Christianity, they changed the name to Christian to Christians. That's what Europeans changed it to. It didn't have any such name originally. But when they did that, they also did things to purposely distance themselves from the Jewish believers. So, because see, the Jewish believers, they did not give up all of their feasts and festivals. They still, celebrated those, even though Yeshua is the fulfillment of all of that. They still, celebrated those things for, historical reasons. So the early European Christian church had a disdain, and they decided to make all of their stuff different from the Jewish believers. That's part of the reason why We go to church on Sunday instead of Saturday because Saturday is the Sabbath. It's also the reason why dates like Resurrection Sunday, as I call it, or Easter, as some of you guys may call it, and Christmas are very close to Jewish celebrations of Hanukkah and Passover. It was all about them trying to separate themselves from the Jewish believing church. True story. Go look it up. You'll find out. It's part of Roman Catholic history. It's part of Roman Catholicism history. Hey, 1SP. I was just talking about how, why Christmas and Easter, as they call it, are so close to Jewish historical feast days, Passover and Hanukkah. And, and why they're celebrated there, because they wanted to replace the Jewish holidays. They wanted to replace the Jewish feast. True fact, you guys. This is what they were doing. It's not right, but it's what they were doing. I know I talked about that earlier. I actually, I had met him a number of times, because he was local to the Los Angeles area. And, the producer, of the movie that I just recently filmed, he's a family friend of hers. A lot of people here in LA, knew Tiny Lister. I mean, because he was local. This is his home. And they said that they found him unresponsive in his apartment or his home, his residence. It's sad. That's the second, black actor to die in the last few days, because I believe it was late last week. It was Natalie DeSalle Reed who died of colon cancer. The same thing that took Chadwick Boseman out. It was the same thing. And Marvel, the makers of the Black Panther movies, have said that they will not be recasting the role that Chadwick Boseman had. They are just going to, go more into, the land of Wakanda. And I think they're probably going to set it up, I think, probably with the sister, because she would be the next in line. They are. It's sad. I mean, obviously this is totally unexpected. I don't believe that Tiny was sick. I don't believe that he was sick. Had anything. So, and I pray that it wasn't COVID. But it's so sad what's going on. We are losing people. Some of them are going because of COVID, and other people are dying of other things. This has been a really tragic year. I mean, it started out. It started out with death. It started out with death in January. I mean, I know people don't, you know, like to think about it, but you know, Kobe's death in January on a Sunday morning was really, we were still reeling. I mean, the world was literally reeling from this tragedy. And then we go into a pandemic for the remainder of the year. The remainder of the year, we've been in a pandemic. Hey, Adventurous Life Squad. It's, life is precious, and I mean, people don't really understand how precious life really, really is. Mm-hmm. And I know that we are all doing these isolations, and well, some of us obviously aren't, but a lot of us are. And I know that this is a crazy time. I know that this is really messing with a lot of people's mental, because we as human beings are social. We may be socially awkward. You may be shy, but most of us need to be around other people. Even if we're sitting there, and we're not talking to anybody, it's just the fact of other people being around. I mean, yeah, fresh. Hey, Raw. But I know this has got to be a crazy time for everyone. Y'all, my poor child has not had any services. I mean, nothing this entire, since March. He's had no services. And I know that it is a struggle for a lot of the kids on the autism spectrum, but at least some of them are getting some services if they are school age. But the adults on the spectrum, if they were receiving services and they were not like going to college or not working a job, if they were going through one of these day programs, everything has been shut down. Now, I did just found out, like within the last couple of weeks, that they are resuming critical care, which is good, because we need the critical care. And critical care is, something that, for my son. They're there if he, needs someone to talk to, if he, all of that. Oh, yeah, I heard Floyd is supposed to be. I know Dave is devastated about it. They were friends. They were friends. Hey, Brassman. Yeah, y'all know why these fighters are suddenly now doing exhibition fights, because they all got called out when it came out that the reason that Roy Jones was doing the exhibition fight with Mike Tyson was because everybody else was scared. And I'm talking about the ones in his own weight class. So now all these other fighters are like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can do these exhibition fights and make some money for charity. To see these exhibition fights they do, they're supposed to be donating this money to charity. So Mayweather better be giving that money to charity. He don't need no more money. Tyson was ready for the fight. I mean, but here's the thing. See, what everybody was thinking when they saw Tyson getting ready, they were remembering the Tyson when he was 20-something. Now, he may look like he's, like he was back then, but he is still a 50-something-year-old man. And I don't know why Evander was scared to fight him. I don't know why, because you beat him. That's why he bit your ear, because you were beating him. You have that, but you are afraid to fight the 50-something-year-old him. But then after Roy Jones does it, you're like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna challenge him. Yeah, we can fight. Oh, I doubt Mayweather is. Well, then we don't even want to see that. Ain't nobody trying to see that, man. Everyone wanted to see the Tyson and Roy Jones because they were doing it for charity, and because we wanted to see, what Tyson was going to come with. But Roy Jones held his own. He held his own. So now suddenly nobody else is afraid to get into the ring in an exhibition fight with Tyson, because it suddenly dawned on them that Mike is in his 50s. The man is in his 50s. So it's not the same. It is not the same Mike Tyson from then. And although he comes off, crazy, like when he's getting ready for the fight, y'all got to remember, this man is a man who has been taking his meds for years. When he was back there fighting back then, they didn't want him on meds, because that's what they wanted, is that animal. But this man been right in the head for many, many years. So it's not going to be, he's not going to come in the ring the same way, but he still wanted, to show he could still do it. He still had to show he could still do it. But, money, Mayweather, man, he needs to teach his kids some stuff. That's what he needs to do. Hey, Raw, you know what? I'm in my YouTube studios right now. I'm having to go through like 15 of my live streams because I have a hater in another country who has decided that like 6 seconds in like 15 of my videos is their music, and it's not their effing music. But see, what they know is that most of us are not gonna, little YouTubers, we ain't got time to be trying to dispute somebody on some stuff, because that's gonna take weeks. And I don't have that kind of time. I'm trying to get monetized. So I'm just muting that out of my videos because I'm not cutting any of the time out of my videos. And I'm not letting anybody get monetized off of my work. But they're trying to claim my songs that were created just for me. It's their music. So until I get with my goddaughter and get, a copy of her copyright for the songs that I use, I'm just not gonna play my intro on my live streams, since that's all they're going after. Because all my uploads, all my videos, no claims against any of them. They only did it like in the last couple of days, when they saw I was I'm about to get monetized. Haters, y'all. Haters. With fake copyright claims. But I ain't got time to be messing with these fools that aren't even in the freaking USA. But they trying to go after, I don't know, 6 seconds of my intro. But you only do it on some of the videos. You don't do it on every single one. What are you doing? But pissing me off. So until I clean all of those, get all of those cleaned out of my YouTube studios, they should be out of there by tomorrow. Because I can only go in and mute it in like 5 videos at a time. And it takes forever to do these edits. So I'm going to be doing them all night. That's how I'm going to be spending my night. Getting them freaking copyright claims out of my stuff so that my stuff is clean tomorrow and I can hit the damn apply button and get monetized up in this crib. Well, I tried to do the trimming, but I trimmed it on like 2 of the videos, but it takes longer to trim it than to just mute it. So that's why I'm muting it on the other ones. I trimmed it out of 2 of the videos, and it took like hours, y'all. It took hours. So that's why I'm muting the 6 seconds in the other videos, because it appears to do that faster, and it allows me to do them in batches. But I'm gonna find out who this fake as copyright claimer is, because it's the same ones who did it on all of them. I'm gonna find out who you are. And I'm going to be listening for you to be playing my shiznick. Oh, I won't be held up for that? Okay. Well, as soon as the last, I have 5 more that I have to go in and do it in, because it won't let you do them all at the same time. So once I start the processing of the last 5 overnight, then I'm gonna go ahead and hit the button. Yeah, I know, but it's not fair. But they're saying I can't do that. They're saying all of that stuff. So basically, the only way I can actually dispute it is I have to get the copyright from my goddaughter. And she has to find them, because she copyrights her music in volumes. But I've already reached out to her. But by tomorrow, I'm going to be, well, Tomorrow will be in 10 minutes for me. But by this time tomorrow, I will be in review because I'm hitting that damn button today. Yeah, I'm like, don't F with me. Cause I even reached out to vidIQ and asked them. And that's what he was telling me. So, you know, he's like, because he said YouTube is so funny about stuff. And then my vlog that I put out today on Matthew Russian, YouTube is the one who put it so that y'all can't comment on that video. And I think it's because they're pictures of Matthew when he was a kid in the video. So even though the video is not aimed at kids, it's giving information about this young man, you know, doesn't mean I can't monetize the video. It just means that they're not going to allow anybody to put offensive comments under it. Or it could be because I put something about autism. It might have something to do with that they don't want people making fun of people with autism. I forgot about that because they've done that on some other channels. Can she switch out the track on your intro? Oh, I put it. I have it. It's in my StreamYards. I can change it to another track. I just didn't have time to deal with it today. But in the don't worry, I've got like 4 other tracks. This is one of them that you hear playing right now. They ain't put no copyright strikes or claims on the videos that I used this in. So moving on. You know, it's like, and I just need, I would love to hear what their actual song sounds like, to see if any piece of their song, 6 seconds of their song sounds anything like my music. But, you know, when you're dealing with instrumentals, I you know, doesn't matter because I'm about to create some of my own music myself. So I dare anybody at that point because I am going to be creating it and following my own damn copyrights. So I'm just going to do what I got to do. I've been already working on my own intro. You know, I've already done like the part of the melody, but I'm just deciding whether I'm going to just scat over it or if I'm actually going to vocal or just do it, that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Oh yeah, no, I'm already on it. I'm already on it. My stuff is being processed right now. I'm seeing the stuff being processed, but they said that it'll stay with the copyright claim until it finishes processing. I should scat. Scat like Natalie Cole and Mr. Melody. That's one of my karaoke songs, y'all. One of my karaoke songs. One of these days, soon, I'm gonna do some karaoke in a live. You know, because I can sing the songs. As long as I'm not using their music, I can sing anything I want to a cappella. Hey, Toya. Oh yeah, Mr. Melody. Mr. Melody. I love that song. I love everything that Natalie Cole does. I love everything that she did. I'll tell you guys a little secret of so Natalie Cole was a Delta, just like DC. But Natalie Cole also pledged the same chapter of Delta as DC. So when DC was online, because I was like the same height and I could sing, they used to make me sing Natalie Cole songs. Yep. They used to make me sing Natalie Cole songs. But yes, she pledged Delta Sigma Theta at the University of Southern California, which is the same school I went to. But yeah, that was back when, you know, when we had pledge programs and all of that stuff. But you know, I don't know what they're doing right now in the middle of COVID. And they're not even on campuses. I mean, I know that they've been doing virtual meetings, you know, so that, you know, chapters could move on, but I don't know what they're doing about pledging. How's your son doing, Toya? Oh, Toya, I want you to meet that Raw B Privilege. You need to go check out her channel. She's a mom of a special little boy, just like us. You need to check her channel out. You will not be disappointed. Yeah, check out Robbie. Raw Toya she's one of my day one mods, but she's also an autism mom. So yeah, it has been a long day today, you guys. I'm telling y'all, because I've been in my YouTube studios like all day long, like just making sure everything's the way it needs to be, so I can hit this freaking button. You know. I think the last time I checked, I am I'm over 4,000 hours, that part. But I think it was like 4,025. Something like that. You will love her channel, Latoya. I'm telling you, you will love her channel. You will love her channel. And she's closer to your time zone. You know? Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do this holiday. This is gonna be a weird Christmas, y'all. I can't go see my daddy. Because we here in California are being asked to restrict our travel. And I wouldn't get on a plane right now anyway, you guys, because I'm just not that comfortable with other people. And my daddy's is going to be 82 in January, y'all. And he's an essential worker. An essential worker, y'all. My father is still practicing medicine. But I'm not going to ask him about retiring anymore. You know why? because I'm putting a plea out there. We need Black doctors in this country. You know why we need Black doctors? Because Black people, we don't tend to trust doctors of other races for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's Tuskegee. I don't know. They gave us a reason to distrust them. But I know most of my doctors, no, all of my doctors pretty much were Black my whole life. I was fortunate because I generally just went to my dad's friends. So does my sister. That's what we do. But when you look at this current generation, we are lacking healthcare workers, period, y'all. And this pandemic that we seems never ending for us has really exposed that in the United States. Because for years they were so busy pushing people towards being nursing assistants instead of being nurses, and being, medical assistants instead of being doctors. Instead of encouraging people to get that 4-year degree for nursing. And I know it's 8 years. I know. But look at the need, y'all. Why aren't people becoming doctors and nurses anymore? Why aren't people becoming doctors and nurses anymore? And more importantly, why aren't Black people becoming doctors and nurses anymore? I mean, we're starting to see more, it get a little bit more, but I just don't. I don't get it. And I know it's hard to get through medical school. It's hard to get through all of those science classes and everything. But do you guys see how much our country is lacking? And all of us are getting older. Who's gonna take care of us? All these kids who are not becoming doctors and nurses? Them? I don't think so. I'm just saying, y'all. I feel as traveling by anything is more suffering than driving. Yep. It takes a lot of consistency to work. I know. I'm just, I'm literally praying. I am praying more Black kids into medical school. And that means more Black kids being able to pass that MCAT. That part. Because that, I believe, may be the reason why we aren't getting them. They're getting their degree, they're getting their bachelor's degree, but then they're not able to pass that test, to go to medical school. But you see things like those guys. I can't even think of but it was a group of Black doctors who just graduated, I think in the last year or two, but they, you know, formed a coalition to push themselves through school. That's what we're going to need. We're going to need our kids, you know, the ones that want to go into the medical field, to start, you know, to be able to network with each other as they're going through that path. That's the only way they're going to make it. That's the only way our kids are going to make it. You know, I mean, the finances, getting the student loans and everything, I know that's a big part of it. And being, you know, having that huge financial burden when you get out of medical school, I know. I remember when my father, you know, the doctor, I remember when he finished paying off all of his student loans, y'all. Like I was grown when it happened. You understand what I'm saying? I was grown and I was paying off my student loans. So I do understand that when you go to medical school, you know, depending on the kind of doctor that you're trying to be, that it takes a long time to get that money. I also know that coming out of medical school, physician's assistants who pretty much go almost as much schooling as a doctor make more money than doctors do. Know that too. I know some people who have gone the physician's assistants route. That's good too, because they're in between a doctor and a nurse. They're that person that's in the middle. But our country, y'all see what's going on right now. The doctors and nurses that we have right now in the hospitals, they're about to reach their breaking point again. Because we were here a few months ago, and then everything eased up, you know, and then things started opening back up, and then people got sloppy, people got careless, people started wearing a mask a political issue instead of a health and safety issue. And you still got a bunch of people who refuse to wear masks. Some of them are my friends who are content creators on this platform. And they're always posting, you know, videos of them in crowded places. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, what are you doing? I just don't get it. I know people who have died from this. Even if you think it's not real, I actually know somebody who died from it. And they weren't an old person. They had just turned 40. And they were acting just like I'm doing. And we think that they got exposed on a set doing some type of ad for Black Lives Matter. But she's not here anymore. Her kids don't have a mama. They had to bury their mama. And she was only 40. And she was out there. She was she wasn't wearing the mask, and then she started wearing the mask. I mean, we literally saw her on social media when she was standing in line to get tested, when she could barely breathe. But y'all keep on not wearing those damn masks, okay? Y'all keep doing it. Y'all keep it up. Seriously. Meanwhile, our country is on the financial brink. You know, because we're still dealing with surges, which they told us were going to come if certain things didn't happen. I wonder how the people who decided that they were going to travel or be in large gatherings during the Thanksgiving holidays, who now are positive with COVID, feel, if they feel that it was worth it. I would have loved to see my father in person instead of on a Zoom. I would have loved to see my mama's family in person. I would have loved to either been in Texas or in North Carolina for the Thanksgiving holiday. I was off the entire week, but I couldn't go because even though I am, I think I'm doing good because I'm pretty much staying in the house except for when I go out to get some air, and get groceries and that kind of stuff. And in a minute, we're not going to be going out to get the groceries. We're going to have them Instacarted in. But if I got on a plane, I don't know what these other people on the plane, what they've been doing. I don't know. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yep. I know. I was engineering when I was in high school, Brass Man. They had this program, and it was back. They did it back in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and they did it. It was called Afrotech, and it was an engineering program with the Air Force that they would have juniors and seniors who were thinking about going into engineering. They sponsored it, and they would sponsor it between Howard University and the University of Maryland, College Park. And I went to that program 2 summers when I was in high school. And there were kids coming from all over the country, Black kids. But that was back in the 80s. Actually, it was, late 70s, early 80s. But and then I was a member of NSBE when I was in college. But you don't have a whole lot of our kids going into to any of the STEM stuff. My major was math in college, guys. My aunt, my mom's sister, who's still living, has a master's in mathematics. And most people, most people that I've met that are from New Orleans know my auntie. especially if they went to McDonald 35. And she's probably the best math teacher in the world. And she will immediately make you understand that, yes, we do know how to do math. It's BS that we're not good in math, especially girls. But that's what they have people believing. But, you know, like, they got all these free coding classes that you can do online. They got all this stuff. You can learn so much stuff. I'm talking about us older folk for free, you know, but coding, I'm going to tell you, coding is probably the thing that we need our kids to know. Outside of medicine, if they're going to go the other way, computers, coding. They should be learning coding when they're in elementary school, because you best believe the other races are. The other ethnicities do. They start these computer clubs and everything. That's how these kids are building apps and everything, because they learn coding. You know, the same stuff that most of us didn't learn until we got to college. Because, you know, when I was in college, the internet didn't even exist yet. So I know I'm old, but I'm literally telling you, the internet didn't exist when I was studying computer science and math in college. And, you know, we would learn, but I learned coding. I learned, you know, languages. You know, I don't think they use Fortran anymore. And Pascal was just, the only reason we learned Pascal was because the chairman of the computer science department at USC wrote a book about it, and he wanted us to use the book he wrote as a textbook. So we had to learn Pascal. Worthless language in computers. Trust me. Worthless. Basic is worth more than Pascal. That's what I'm telling you. You know, the only time I ever used Pascal was in college. That's the only time I ever used it. And they thought it was supposed to be user friendly, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. But I know I've been on here, and it was 12:20. It is after midnight, y'all. And I'm in here in my Zen state over here, y'all. I got my candle lit, and I have the lights down dim. But I'm gonna turn on the camera so y'all can see me. 1 second, because y'all know I always come on camera before I leave. I don't want y'all thinking I'm afraid to cam up. Hey everyone! I told you it's dark here. It's dark. It is dark. So it's messing up the lighting. And here's my candle. A nice white candle over here. Keeping it nice and, you know, calm in here. I didn't have to, you know, a lot of times I have to burn my sage before I get on here, but I didn't burn my sage tonight, you know. I just got my candles and my nice mellow music going. But I will be back on later today. And Raw, I will be pressing that apply button today. I'm over the haters. People trying to mess with my shine. I'm ready to take off. You know, with my little channel, I'm ready to take off. But anyway, you guys, I'll be back tomorrow. I have no idea what my Vlogmas is going to be. I seriously don't know what it's gonna be, but it won't be baking cookies again because David's not gonna get up and do cookies with me again. So I don't know what I'm doing, but it'll be something. But until then, you guys, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Namaste.